Since taking office in January, Prime Minister Hassan Diab's government has been working on a plan to save Lebanon's economy. That plan is now ready. The state is close to bankruptcy, and Lebanon defaulted on its debt for the first time. After much reluctance, the government intends to seek financial assistance from the International Monetary Fund.
With this plan as a stepping stone, we can build our future. We will continue with our request to the IMF and will engage seriously with our creditors. As a result, we will reduce the burden of debt on the shoulders of our citizens.
The economic hardship has been mounting. Anger spilled onto the streets and it turned violent. The national currency, the pound, lost more than 60% of its value in recent weeks. International donors have demanded economic reforms and an end to corruption to unlock billions of dollars in aid. While the government's plan mentions the need for reforms, its focus seems to be on the banking sector and taking back what the Prime Minister calls unrealistic interests on bank deposits over the past 5 years.
While the government wants the banking sector to assume the full cost of the crisis, and it is asking for special authorities to restructure the banking sector. This will result in a total lack of confidence in the Lebanese economy and in the banking sector by an entire generation of depositors.
Lebanese politicians, most of whom are accused of involvement in corruption, have traded blame over who is responsible. But the opposition says the governing alliance is using its power to target them in an anti-corruption drive.
The current government, chosen by those in power and their political allies, unfortunately has been turned into a tool to settle political scores and revenge practices.
The power struggle is worsening tensions.
The government needs to restore the trust of its citizens. Diab says his cabinet is made up of independent experts, but it was brought to power by some parties implicated in corruption scandals.
That is why protesters who have been trying to topple the political class say they have little faith in promises to recover stolen public money. The Prime Minister may think the plan will put the country back on track, but the concerns of many Lebanese who have lost the value of their money have not been eased. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Beirut.